Today, Precarious plays
Chrono Trigger. Okay, I'm just gonna start with an iceberg toss to test the range of it.
Well, you already saw it. Only
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
No, you know what? Let's start with that distrust. So when did video games give you the impression that they are always lying to you?
Right away.
Let's start your gaming therapy session.
Oh my gosh, right away. And I can tell you exactly what it started with.
What did it start with?
Me trying to play... Ooh, what is that? Okay, it's not that big a deal. Okay, it's fine. Okay. It started with me trying to maneuver a Game Boy Advance in the air like it had a gyroscope while trying to platform when my very, very first interactions with a video game handheld.
Yeah.
I could not stop my body from... It took a while for me to get my body to understand that moving the console was not going to make me do the jump better. The only thing that mattered was the input on the buttons.
And then you played Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. Fuck! No. Why are you reinforcing this bad behavior?
I have a second, which, you will remember this because we are friends. Which Legend of Zelda made me scream at it and then give it back to you? It was something it was on a DS and you had to close the screen.
Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, I was like, what? That is, I'm done.
Over. This relationship is over, game.
I was so mad.
I actually thought that was a really clever little puzzle.
You know what? If I hadn't been worrying over it for so long, it would have been a clever puzzle. But I gotta do this boss fight.
Yeah, you do that now. I'll explain.
Don't ask me about this trauma.
I'll explain It's a short story, but I'll explain.
Uh-huh.
In The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, there is a part of the game where the top screen features like an emblem or an insignia or a map of some kind, and you need to have that information on the bottom screen. And what happens? What do I do here? How do I achieve this? And all you have to do is close the device, because it's a clamshell console. So whenever you snap it closed and then open it again, it will have been imprinted on the bottom screen.
Oh, and it's so clever.
You might want to do a quick heal everybody.
Yeah. Do I have... Is it Cure that does
Hold on. So let me explain, just to remind you. This group has a lot of different ways to heal everyone. Isla and Frog can use Slurp Kiss. Frog can use Heal all on his own. Marley and Frog can use Double Cure.
Okay, so...
There's also Lapis and Mega Elixir, which are items that heal the group in varying capacities. So you have like 5 different ways to do it. Okay,
in this instance, I'm gonna wait a portion of a second so that Frog can crop up, and then I'm going to use Double Cure.
Okay. So back to my tummy ache story. Yeah, so, Peter Sagal from NPR was talking about The Last of Us 2, and I approached it hesitantly because I've got strong negative feelings about The Last of Us as a series and The Last of Us 2. I mean, just about Naughty Dog's recent catalog in general. I think that they're fine if you appreciate cinema more than games. But if you're like a seasoned, I'm could say familiar or jaded even. If you're somebody that plays video games regularly, it's kind of hard to escape the realization that the mechanical interactions of an Uncharted game or The Last of Us, they're fairly minimal. it's a bit of a guided tour. You're being led around by the nose for the most part, and it's not very mechanically satisfying. So all that's left is the narrative. It's the story, the cutscenes, basically. And I just... The Last of Us 2 is an especially complicated example because there was a report by... I can't remember if it was Polygon or Kotaku, but it detailed the various abuses that went on during the development of the game. Someone, from what I've understand, from what has been reported, someone was nearly actually impaled by a workplace accident that...
Which sounds like a joke, and it's not.
No, well, I don't even think it sounds like a joke. Maybe only in the way that I... Maybe because I used the word impaled, and that's not the kind of thing you see usually. It's not the kind of thing that most of us are worrying about in day-to-day life. There was a workplace accident. There was construction work going on in the floor above the Naughty Dog offices. And I mean, I think that the workers got in some serious trouble. And that is not... I don't think that is their fault. I think it's completely reasonable to be like, okay, the office is below... It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
The offices below us are closed. Lights are out. We're gonna do our work. I don't know. I worry that they might have gotten in trouble above and beyond the trouble they would have gotten in for a workplace accident. Just generally, I don't know enough about their side of the situation. I just hope that they weren't additionally punished or reprimanded for the fact that Naughty Dog had people working there at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for such a big title, for such an expensive title, it's quite divisive. I can find articles online where there are women that are dissatisfied with the way that the game presents its female characters, its leads. I can find articles where trans people are upset with the way that the game's trans character is presented. And I can find several different flavors of angry white guy upset about the treatment of angry white men.
So nobody's happy.
So nobody seems happy. But I mean, the question I keep coming back, the reason why I'm not happy is why a game? Especially now, I think that it's getting an HBO miniseries of some sort. So I can't help but wonder why a game. I would argue that it barely leverages the medium.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's... I don't think it's a standout example in the genre, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's an especially noteworthy sort of third-person sneaky shooter game, you know? After my time with The Last of Us 1, I would say that just off of the top of my head, actually playing the thing, interfacing with the controller and engaging with the mechanics, Metal Gear Solid 5 is more fun to actually play, you know?
Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh.
Now would be...
a good time.
Maybe just have Isla do a regular attack, and then have Frog and Marley do some sort of combination together, and then the next time you're hit with... is it called halation in this version?
I'm concerned about the MP right now.
Yeah, and just answer the question, please.
I don't know what it's... I think it's called halation.
Okay, the next time it does that, then use a Mega Elixir to get everybody's MP back, and get a heal
Okay.
from it as well.
Okay.
That would be what I would recommend.
Okay. So, just attack.
And then they can do a combo together, and then...
Yeah, that'll make the best use of that. Two...
Yeah, because I do think you are close. You are close to...
One enemy with colossal icicles.
Is that true? You should check.
It looks true. But you know those trust issues that I have.
Understandable, well-founded.
Okay.
Video games are all illusions. It's art piled on top of more art. So it convinces you that a place exists, and it doesn't. It's surprising, I know, but...
Okay. Now would be the time for the Mega Elixir.
Yes. This would be an appropriate time to use it.
Okay. And then she and Frog can do Glacial Freeze again.
I'm just really worried we're gonna clear this and then get smashed by the fourth one.
Yeah, me too.
I hope that there's a small break. A save point would be ideal, but even just a second to catch our breath would be great.
What is Gears of Darkness? Not so bad. Okay. Drop down. Looks good.
Is that dealing enough damage to justify the price?
Let's see. Yes. I think so. See, what throws me off about this boss is that there's a lot going on, and a lot of it is like piddly damage, but then on occasion
it all
it's
looks...
like... Yeah.
It looks like the world's about to end.
I mean, you know, and she's there, that's not wrong. You know...
Just a regular old heal would bring everybody back up right now. With Frog, you're...
Okay.
A Marley Isla combo will make use of their turn.
And that was... No.
Iceberg Toss.
No. Wait, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember.
The area is small enough.
I remember now. Thank you. I'm sorry I snapped at you. I'm a little tense.
I can tell. That was especially fierce.
Do not make me do a bad button. Okay. And then a heal from Frog.
The point is, I've got a lot of feelings about The Last of Us 2, and The Last of Us just in general. A lot of them negative. So, seeing somebody whose work I respect online praise it as like the best thing that the best bit of media that they've experienced while in quarantine, I was like, oh, you could do better.
How dare you vermin hound my steps? Oh, almighty Lavos, lend me your power! Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Cool. Great. I'm so excited.
Because it went out to the map screen, so you know.
That's gonna be good, right?
Yep.
That's gonna be so good. I'm not crying, you're crying. Sorry, I had to get out of tear mode. Mwahaha! Oh, at last, Lavos stirs. Before him, you are as grist before the wheel. But I shall attain immortality. In what shape, though? Like, Lavos meat? Oh, this is not good. I can't imagine that this is any good.
Bye, Black Omen.
It's gonna be worse. Yeah, that looks worse. Oh. Just gotta keep breathing. Pooping on the snoot? Is that the game?
No, so here's the deal. Lavos is all of the bosses.
What?
Lavos is all of the bosses. This first phase of Lavos,
Yeah.
it has 9 separate modes but you fight sequentially. I'm not kidding. This sounds like a goof. This sounds like a what is it? The Cones of Dunshire? All right, listen, it's a sweeping JRPG, and the final boss, it's all of the other bosses again. But I'm not making that. So here's the key thing. Their HP values, like their stats are exact, as far as this walkthrough tells me, their stats are exactly the same as they were the first time you fought them.
I don't even know how to be right now. I'm kind of mad at you.
No, it's cool. This is the game.
I don't like it. I was having fun. Having stressful but fun. Fuck. Okay, but okay. Okay. There was no save point.
No, there was not.
There was no save point, but that was not particularly impossible. I just had to keep my wits about me and go at a pace.
If anything goes awry, it will be much faster if we're doing it between episodes and we don't have to talk over it.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Got to do some quick mental math here. So we were at 18. That would be 28 plus an additional 5. You know, let me finish my Peter Sagal story so that way we can talk about something else. Let's just take a small break right here at the end of this episode.
Oh, okay.
I gave him a tweet. I tried to not be down on the experience, because anything you find joy in, you know, anything you can extract nourishment from, that's great. But I suggested, like, have you played Shadow of the Colossus? Because it was just the first game that came to mind that had a similar tone in a sort of similar genre. I mean, there's a bow and arrow. That's like a fantasy.
It's a projectile.
Yeah, it's a fantasy gun, essentially. I recommended Shadow of the Colossus, and I don't have a super firm grasp on the mechanics of Twitter. He retweeted what I said to say, like, no, the last game I played was Portal 2, and I didn't think much of it, and then I noticed that his follower count is like 250,000 or something.
And you just nosebleed vomit.
Well, it gave me an immediate stress headache because I was like, with my limited understanding of Twitter, did Peter Sagal just retweet my fairly harsh criticism of one of this year's biggest titles? It's 200,000 people. No, it's fine. They're all grandparents. They're all grandparents, and they don't care about this conversation at all. Whew. I'm in the clear. Wait. Don't tell me. He just retweeted my harsh criticism of The Last of Us to 200,000 people.
Yep.